Hello, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer, the George McGovern of board game review shows. That's right, just Massachusetts and DC. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Path of the Serpent, an expansion to Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition from Fantasy Flight Games. Mansions of Madness Path of the Serpent from Fantasy Flight Games unlocks 3 new scenarios. And these scenarios typically deal with jungles and expeditions and all sorts of kooky things like that. Essentially, the game comes with 4 new explorers. You have Norman Withers, the astronomer, and his special action reads, if you are on an outdoor space, gain 2 clues or discard 1 horror. Activate this ability only once per round. You have Ursula Downs, the explorer. Her special ability reads, once per round, you may move 1 space before or after performing an explorer action or resolving the effects of a site token. Daniela Reyes, the mechanic. Her special ability reads, when a puzzle is solved, you may either gain 2 clues or discard 1 horror. And Leo Anderson, that kooky expedition leader. His special ability reads, once per round, when you perform a move action, move another investigator 1 space. So some pretty interesting abilities there. The game also comes with 2 new token types that are obstructions on the game board. Overgrowth is kind of vines and various flora that grow all around various areas, sometimes because houses are transforming into jungles. Overgrowth means you simply, if you move into a place that has overgrowth, you simply cannot move out of that space. You have to do an observation check. If you can do the observation check and pass that, then you can move out normally. However, an investigator who moves into a space with a bladed weapon may discard that overgrowth token. Rubble prevents investigators from engaging in either explore, search, or interact actions. A heavy weapon can go ahead and discard rubble tokens. Players can attempt to remove rubble by using a strength test, and for every success they roll, they can remove 1 rubble token. The game also has a new type of puzzle. This is the ring puzzle. Essentially, you're trying to manipulate the outer symbols to correspond with the inner symbols of the ring. The game also does have some new monsters as well. You've got the Ancient Basilisk, which is this giant kind of dragon thing that's really cool. You've also got some kind of serpent. You've got some like snake guardsmen and then other serpent monsters that are involved in this game. And they, of course, have their corresponding monster tokens as well as the minis. So that is pretty much it as far as rules and components that this brings to the game. There's not a lot here in and of itself for that. The new scenarios, however, I haven't played them all. What I played have been a lot of fun. Really enjoyed them. I love Mansions of Madness because I love all of the variety that it brings to the table. I've got every expansion, and I haven't even played. I played maybe 30-40% of the scenarios, and I wish I had more time. I would be playing this game more often. I freaking love Mansions of Madness. I think this is a really good expansion. I like the scenario and the idea of the jungle and whatnot, and I like the characters, and I like the monsters. However, I don't know if you've just got the core game and you're looking to buy your very first expansion set, I don't know that I would go with Path of the Serpent. I would probably go with either Streets of Arkham or Horrific Journeys before I went with this one. Actually, Horrific Journeys, maybe by a hair. I really liked Horrific Journeys, especially that train scenario. I thought was a whole lot of fun. I really do like Path of the Serpent. I just don't like it as much as some of these others. Now, if you have those others, then I'm going to give this an absolute buy it recommendation. And if you don't have the others, I'll say go ahead and buy Path of the Serpent, but buy the others first. Thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. And speaking of George McGovern, ladies and gentlemen, a few years ago when he passed away, I was listening to NPR and they interviewed Newt Gingrich. And Newt Gingrich was saying he had had dinner not long before with George McGovern, and George McGovern had told him the nice thing about losing a presidential election like he did is he never laid awake at night thinking what more he could have done. Sucks to be Hillary Clinton and Mitt Romney.
Please somebody help me on my feet again, and I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band.
He's trying to get you. Yeah. I'm a hidden traitor.